Hello everybody, welcome to Pakistan This Week. I am Ahmar Iqbal. On a week when much of the world's eyes have been trained on the popular uprisings in the Middle East, we will try to get you caught up on some of the things that happened in Pakistan. But these aren't just your everyday occurrences, and we try to look underneath the surface to also bring you sides of Pakistan you don't normally see. Searching under that surface are our bureaus in Pakistan, and this week we bring you stories including the latest updates on the economy, the celebration of Chinese New Year in the country, and Islamabad's first ever Fashion Week, where international and domestic fashionistas were making their mark in the capital. All this and more ahead. Let's get started. Welcome to Pakistan This Week. Let's take a quick look at headlines first, beginning with Gulmina, who's standing by in Islamabad. Hi Gulmina, go ahead.
Hello Ahmar. With the winter chills finally coming to an end, the capital city of Pakistan is seeing a flurry of cultural activity. The Chinese embassy marks the year 2011 as the year of Pak-China friendship and starts off the new year with their Spring Fest. Islamabad celebrates its first Fashion Week, and Pakistan This Week talks to Pakudi James, founder and director of the World Fashion Organization.
Okay, thanks. Now moving over to Lahore, who is apparently with us from the busy streets of Lahore. Hi Rida, what do you have?
Thank you, Ahmar. As you know that the World Cancer Day was celebrated recently across the world, and in Pakistan we celebrated the day with much fervor as well. We all need to encourage the society to take a serious step against cancer and reduce its spread. Today we have for you a report regarding the same.
Thank you, Rida. Finally, let's check in with Adil, who is stationed in Karachi. Yes, Adil.
Hi, Ahmar. A very warm welcome from Karachi. Today I'll be touching about two great developments in the country. First, I'll talk about the monetary policy that was announced earlier this week. Next, we'll touch upon new developments taking place in the power sector of Pakistan.
Recent times in Pakistan have seen the fashion industry become more and more mainstream, and really a part of regular public consciousness, whether through the opening of new boutiques or the staging of fashion shows. As evidence to this trend, this week, Islamabad held its first ever Fashion Week. Gulmina was there and has a story.
Yes, Ahmar. Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, is not usually known for being the hub of cultural activity. But last week, high fashion and haute couture hit Islamabad with a vengeance as it celebrated its first Fashion Week. Find out more in this report. While more understated than the Fashion Weeks seen in the much larger and more colourful cities of Lahore and Karachi, Pakistan's capital city managed to put up not only a good show, but pull together an event that in many ways was distinctly recognizable as an Islamabad affair. Giving the opening to Sharifa Kirana, a Malaysian designer, on day 4 was an excellent diplomatic move and showed off Islamabad's cosmopolitan character. The 4-day event was held at the Serena Hotel amidst tight security, and people from the fashion fraternity, models, members of the press, stylists and choreographers were seen throughout the city over the course of the weekend event. After a slightly sluggish day 1, Islamabad Fashion Week gained momentum on days 2, 3 and 4, especially when the bigger names such as Ammar Bilal, Shahzad Nawaz, Neelofer Shahid and Rehana Sehgal showed off their collections and enthralled audiences with their designs. Featuring some of the country's biggest names in fashion as well as a mix of students and some slightly less fashionable retail brands as well. The premise of Islamabad Fashion Week was to showcase mass retail brands, but haute couture and experimentation were not missing either. Islamabad Fashion Week showed a mix of the traditional and new, young and old as well as high fashion and mass retail trends. Islamabad Fashion Week came to a close on a very positive note with the announcement of a Pakistani chapter at the World Fashion Organization, the purpose of which is to eradicate poverty and use fashion as a tool for development and peace.
I think a World Fashion Week, World Fashion Organization is a great platform to spread around the world the most positive point of view of the social aspect around the world.
It was established that the Pakistan Fashion Council, along with a list of international and local fashion designers, and Tariq Amin, Executive Director of Islamabad Fashion Week, will collectively decide on the lucky individual who gets to participate at the World Fashion Week, due to be held in New York next year.
nationwide poverty survey being carried out under the Benazir Income Support Program would be completed till June 2011, increasing the number of its beneficiaries to 5 million families. Ms. Farzana Raja, the chairperson of the Benazir Income Support Program, said that this program is translating Shahid Benazir Bhutto's vision into reality, and it has become an effective program in the social sector of the country. She further said that the process of survey is absolutely free, and the only prerequisite to be part of the survey is an individual holding a national identity card. She said that the poverty survey has been started throughout Pakistan, and survey teams of the Benazir Income Support Program would be visiting door to door to collect the data of the deserving families. Pakistan's People's Party is striving hard to improve the condition of the poor segments of the society. This program was initiated to serve the poor people of Pakistan, and it's not a tool to achieve political mileage. Therefore, various prestigious international organizations are ready to assist Benazir Income Support Program, keeping in view its transparent mechanisms and its non-political and non-partisan based coverage. Farzana Raja further said that the pro-poor initiatives of Benazir Income Support Program are not just limited to Rs 1,000 monthly income supports. In fact, it is a comprehensive program aiming at poverty reduction from the country considerably. The vocational training under Wasila-e-Rozgar has already been launched in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which will also be expanded to other parts of the country.
Next, let's head over to the financial capital of Pakistan in Karachi, home of the Karachi Stock Exchange, where Adil has the latest update on the economy. Adil, there was a key economic indicator announced this week. Can you tell us what that was?
Yes, Ahmar. The State Bank of Pakistan has decided to keep the discount rate unchanged at 14%. We have more details in this report.
The State Bank of Pakistan has decided to keep its policy rate unchanged at 14%. This was announced by Mr. Shahid Kardar, Governor, State Bank of Pakistan, while unveiling the monetary policy statement at a press conference. Governor State Bank said that the State Bank is aware of the delicate balance that needs to be struck between risks to inflation and economic growth, and therefore has decided to keep the policy rate unchanged at 14% for the time being. State Bank of Pakistan's governor said that the State Bank is optimistic that the recent multi-partisan efforts will improve fiscal revenues and curb current spending. Talking about current state of the economy, the governor said that delays in crucial economic reforms had increased challenges for the management of the economy. Despite high interest rates, the fiscal deficit and borrowings from the banking system was continuing to stoke inflationary pressures. He said and added that not only did the contributing factors of inflation continue to prevail in the financial year 2011, the economy also experienced an additional shock in the form of unprecedented devastating floods. The governor stressed upon the federal government to spell out a clear and coherent strategy to limit fiscal slippages.
World Cancer Day is marked on February 4th, when countries around the world raise awareness on the disease and educate people on its prevention, detection, and treatment. Pakistan is very much a part of this movement, and Rida in Lahore now shares with us how the day is observed within the country.
Yes, Ahmar. More than ever before, there is a need for a concerted and a coordinated fight against cancer, and the World Cancer Day can provide a platform for our cancer messages to be spread. Details following this report. With a view to raising public awareness about the disease of cancer, World Cancer Day was observed in Pakistan like other parts of the world on February 4th. To mark the day, scientific symposiums, awareness seminars, walks and other functions were held to apprise the participants about updates in the prevention of cancer. This year's theme was Cancer Can Be Prevented Too. Cancer kills as many people as the entire population of Switzerland each year, two-thirds of which occur in low and middle-income countries. Research suggests that one-third of cancer deaths can be avoided through prevention and another third through early detection and treatment. However, the burden is rising, and without action, the poorest countries, those currently least equipped to cope, will witness the largest increase in deaths by 2015. An urgent and immediate call for action is needed. The World Cancer Day aims to bring the growing cancer crisis to the attention of the public, government leaders and health policy makers worldwide.
I think prevention is great, and one of those simplest methods of prevention requires no conventional or alternative medicine. It's a change in behavior. The most important one is to quit tobacco, to not use tobacco products, smoking and other tobacco products. So that is the single most important prevention strategy that anybody could use for prevention of cancer.
Despite having proven interventions for prevention, early diagnosis, treatment and care for cancer, these medicines, technologies and services are not widely available in low and middle income countries, resulting in the majority of premature deaths each year. Prevention is an important way to reduce your cancer risk. In Pakistan, cancers of breast, oral cavity, lung, esophagus and bladder are common. Pakistan, like other developing countries in the region, is facing a double burden of diseases with a significant incidence of cancers and a rising trend in risk factor profile and incidence itself. There is a lot to be done for cancer treatment in Pakistan. The attitude of the population, including medical professionals, needs to be changed from pessimism to optimism by cancer awareness programs. An idea that has gained popularity over the years is using alternative medicine as a cure for the fast-spreading disease.
Alternative medicine is an attractive thought because a lot of people say, well, it's cheap and there may be no side effects and it's easily available, etc. But a strong word of caution here. Anything that works isn't necessarily alternative or conventional. The fact is, anything that works is treatment, and I would call it conventional, because if you can show proof that taking a certain medicine or doing a certain action or doing a certain intervention makes a difference, to me that is treatment. It doesn't matter which stream it came from. The risk or the downside is that in many circumstances, people, out of fear of conventional methods of treatment, fear of mutilation from surgery, fear of chemotherapy and its side effects, may opt to go for something that is unproven and waste their time and eventually cause their disease to get advanced, so that what was originally treatable might not be treatable a few months down the road. And so I think it is very important that people understand this. If conventional medicine offers no treatment, or they are told that there is nothing else to offer, then people will try a lot of different things. And it's human nature that out of desperation people will try a lot of different things. And one can't fault them for that. But at least not at the cost of treatable situations.
Positive lifestyle choices reduce cancer risk not only in high but also in middle and low income countries. So many patients say that they wish that they had acted on cancer prevention advice earlier in their lives. We should learn about the very simple ways in which we can reduce cancer risk, take action and also spread this advice to others.
President Zardari signed the historic amendment removing the head of state's power to sack the Prime Minister and dissolve Parliament at a ceremony attended by Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani and opposition leader Nawaz Sharif. For the first time in the history of this country, a democratically elected president has voluntarily given up his power back to the Parliament. It is an unprecedented event in the political history of Pakistan that a leader has willingly transferred power in such a smooth process.
It is a moment of great satisfaction, indeed of pride, that the Constitution has been made truly democratic and federal in character, and the provincial rights and parliamentary sovereignty have been restored. I am particularly delighted that the 17th Amendment has been repealed. I am very happy that the people of Pakhtunkhwa have finally got their identity.
It is my hope that the doors of dictatorship are closed forever, Zardari said after signing the 18th Amendment to Pakistan's 1973 Parliamentary Constitution.
It's about that time for a short break, but after the short break, we'll be back with much more from Pakistan this week. Don't go anywhere.